There we go.
That is an awesome crappie. Oh, leg. Oh, I got it. I got it. Well, what's up everybody? Brian Baker, Bradley Baker here with Unfish Camp. Last year, over winter break, we went to Rhinelander, explored around. This year, we are in Hatfield, Wisconsin. We are on Lake Arbutus, place I've wanted to fish for a few years and just haven't had a chance to get up here. So we are up here for a couple of days and we're gonna look around. The goal is for walleyes, maybe crappies, kind of whatever. We just need to explore the lake. So this might be an awesome fish catching video, or maybe this will be a lake breakdown. So I intend to break down this lake. So I'll pull up Navionics, I'll show you the places we fished, where we went, and explain why we did. I'll do that at the end of the video. So if you're interested in that, check the chapters and just jump to the end. But for right now, I mean, we literally just got out here. So got out on the ice, gonna check it out. One thing I should mention, so this year, like last year too, the ice has been very unpredictable. And so you can see we got the wheeler out here. And so I walked all the way out here, so probably a quarter mile, maybe a little further than that, I don't know. Drilling holes. So I drilled a hole every 50 yards, just measuring ice. I had 8 to 10 the whole way out, so that was good. And then Bradley then followed me with the wheeler as we went. So if you're new to an area, can't stress it enough, is don't just say, oh, there's somebody else with a wheeler out here. Don't just say, oh, they're out there, and then go, because you just don't know if you're crossing a spring or a bad spot if you're not from that area. So we don't know, so I guess I'm doing some walking, but we're gonna set up base camp here and we're gonna explore from here. Hopefully we find some fish. Let's get to it. Whew, what a morning has been. So last night we came out, we fished out in this area, caught a few crappies. Decided this morning we were gonna try other areas of the lake. We've been all over the stinking lake. And we did find it, we were marking what we think were walleyes, but couldn't get anything to go, kind of went all over. And then now we are back, eating our lunch. In the same spot we were yesterday, where the crappies were, and there's a few fish around, but same thing. This is tough. The fish that are here are good size, but there's certainly not a lot of them. We're gonna keep searching, see if we can find them.
Well, we both
want some of that?
Yeah, the green.
This
water.
is just lake water that we boiled, and so we use it for the soup. But then it's actually really pleasant to drink afterwards too, as just warm water. It helps warm you up.
And it does taste like the lake.
It does. There we go. Jeez, look at those things. Awesome crappie, Lake Arbutus. We are not catching a ton, but when we catch them, they are big. This is one of the smaller ones we've caught, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'll show you what I'm using here. I'll lay this guy back. We're not keeping any today. We kept our fish yesterday that we needed, and today they get to swim. So this water is super stained and dingy, and it's from the tannins, things like that. So it's not like really dirty, it's just stained. The fish are used to it. So I decided to switch over to something red, a little bit of flash to it, that really flutter, hopefully call them in. I did add a spike to it just to see if that would help. So I'm not sure if that spike makes a big difference or not, but one drop here and I caught that fish right away. So maybe it's a location thing, maybe it's a bait thing. We've been fishing all morning, exploring, really looking for walleyes. Mostly this morning was the plan, and we stuck to that. We explored all over. We did find one area that we were marking fish that I think were walleyes, and we fished them for an hour and a half or so, and really just couldn't get fish to react or do anything. And so kind of gave up on that. Did some more exploring and didn't find any active fish, and so I decided to come back to where we knew the crappies were. And there's some walleyes in here too. Got a couple finicky foolers down. We got 2 set up down by the bottom for walleyes and 2 up higher for crappies, and so we'll see what we get, what goes. But right now I'm just happy to have caught a fish, so hoo-yah.
We got a crappie on Lake Arbutus.
Sweet. Let's show us what you're using. I think you're using your normal thing, right? Yeah. The same thing he always uses. Bradley uses basically 2 baits. Only 2 things.
Shall I let him?
Yeah, let him go. We don't need to keep any today.
But I'm basically using a purple spoon with a little green eye.
Yeah, a little gold flapper on it.
Gold flapper.
I really like spoons that have those little bits, little flapper, because when you start to jiggle it just really lightly, when you're trying to work them, that will still move. Whereas like my flutter spoon, when I jig it, the whole thing flutters, but when you're just jiggling it, the whole thing doesn't flutter. So sweet, we're finally starting to catch some fish, which is good. Whoop.
Who knows if there's actually something on it?
Well, when we find out. Jesus, quite the hook set. Messing around.
Why? What? We got a walleye! That's awesome. Finally got what we're looking for.
Well, half of what we're looking for.
Right species now.
Right species. All right, had to do a little bit of surgery on him, but I think he's actually gonna be okay. He was kind of hooked in the gill, so I was trying to be really careful with it. But cool, little walleye. He's probably 14 inches.
Yeah.
13, well, 14 probably. And they have to be 15 to keep, so we're not keeping him. We weren't gonna keep any anyway. But cool, nice job. Took forever for that.
And there he goes.
Away he goes. Using a hook with a little bit of color on it. I like that a lot for walleyes, crappies, everything. Any finicky fooler things, I feel like the little color makes a difference. Wanted to catch walleyes today. We got a walleye today. Really hoping to jig them up though, but it's all right. Yeah, there you go. All right, another nice crappie on the fooler.
Oh,
We'll get him back. There he goes. Cool. Get my exercise today. Yeah, he's way up high. Oh, he's coming back. Got him. I got him. What do we got? Well, I know what we got. We got a crappie. No way he's not. Ah! You're good luck. On the phone, catching crappies. Never fails that when you're on the phone or something, that's when the fish comes in. But we got one while we're on the phone, so I guess that's all right. There we go. Oh, jeez. Nice. Oh, he popped right off too. Another awesome Lake Arbutus crappie. These are big crappies, 12 inches. Like they're just kind of roaming around, but you just keep working, keep waiting, and they come through. So pretty sweet. I switched over a little bit, so I was using this water is really tannic, so I like reds and dark colors, or like chartreuse. But so using a little red flyer rattling spoon, so I wanted to rattle. Again, trying to call them in because I'm not seeing a lot of fish, and so if they're off to the side somewhere, I want to try to bring them to me as best I can. Seems to be working. All right, let's tell you how I'm doing this. So I'm in 20 feet of water, and the crappies are cruising at 16 feet. So having electronics is really nice. I can see when they come in at that 16-foot mark, but for the most part, I'm just jigging at 16 foot. And then I'm giving big jigs, I'm trying to call them in. Every once in a while I go down and pound the bottom too, and maybe that helps a little bit. If there's walleyes around, I do that a lot to try to call those in. And so check the bottom a little bit, and then I go back up to the 16-foot range and jig pretty heavy. Once I mark a fish, I know it's there. And you see me doing this tiny little jiggle, and I try and get it, 6 inches to a foot up above them, and I'll just kind of hold it still there. And if they don't, when they come up to it, if they don't bite right away, I'll ease it up another few inches so that they feel like maybe it's getting away. And that's how you get them to bite. It works. Oh, he's hooked up. Let's go see what he's got. Yeah, he knelt down, and it's like, oh man, I better get over there. Because you clearly were taking it seriously. Yeah. That's awesome. Here we go. A whole little releasing. Luckily, my kid's nice to me. He's meeting me halfway. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Holy cow. That is a big Lake Arbutus crappie. That is awesome. There we go. What?
Should we measure him?
You can if you want to.
You can just let him go. But
measure him on your arm and then
yeah, well, measure him on your arm.
Measure him with this. And then just hold your thing. Got it?
Yep.
Alright, we'll see how big he is. Okay, but we'll get him back in.
Here we go.
Awesome.
And that thing was huge.
That was huge. Nice job.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, so that crappie that Bradley just caught, he's called me 14¼ inches. Now we used a string basically to measure it, so it was not perfect. Mouth was open too, so it was really probably 14. But that's awesome. That's a big crappie. No matter where you are, that is a big crappie. Bradley is hooked up. Ooh, that is a nice one.
We got him.
We got him.
There we go.
That is an awesome crappie. Oh, leg. Oh, I got it. I got it.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, look at that. We got ourselves an actual double out here, which is awesome, although mine on Finicky Fooler. Bradley jigged his up, which is cool. Did you get a measurement?
Yeah, he's 12¼
12¼ Mine's will be a little, this one will be a little bigger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go measure him, let you know how much he is, and we'll get these back.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, that is awesome. Oh, they're biting now. Okay. Here we go, 12½ incher, 12¼ They are thick, shoulders on them. Lucky for these guys, we don't need to keep any, we kept them yesterday. So down they go. For somebody else to catch.
There we go.
That was awesome. We just moved over here too. It's like, I caught a couple fish over here. Marking fish here, kind of marking them everywhere though, but it just seemed like maybe they were more active over here. So we made a move and caught 2 within the first couple minutes. So it's a good sign. Let's catch some more. Oh, how do you hit it so hard and not get hooked?
Yeah.
Whoop.
You ready?
Yeah, it's on you. I just got a fish on here.
Wait, is there something there?
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing.
I think there is a fish on, but a very small fish. Oh my gosh, look at that thing.
Oh, finally caught a small crappie. We've been wondering this whole time where the little ones were.
We got a small crappie on the Fooler. Finally found them.
Yeah? Oh, the drag is just too late. Something's messed up with it. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Nice crappie. There we go. Another great big Arbutus crappie on the Fueler. On the Fooler. Yeah, these crappies are thick. Like real thick.
We got one.
Oh, get it quick, it's pulling. The line's not going up.
That thing was like...
Need help? There we go.
There we go.
Nice crappie.
Got our crappie.
Another big crappie. Jeepers. See, they just run big out here. Let him go and...
Oh, missed the hole. There he goes. There he goes.
That is a wrap for Lake Arbutus. We came out here, the goal just to explore. We'd never been here before, so hoping to hop around. Thought we might get into some walleyes, might get into some crappies. We weren't really sure. Ended up finding crappies. We talked to a few people who said a couple weeks ago they were catching lots of walleyes, but that bite has died, which is kind of how ice fishing always seems to go. It's always what has been. It never seems to be what's happening right now. But caught some big crappies, right?
Yep.
The smallest crappie we caught was like a cleanable crappie, and it seemed tiny compared to all those other ones. The biggest one, 14 inches, 14 and a quarter. And so that's pretty awesome. So some big crappies out here. I'm going to do a little lake breakdown. So I'm going to pull up Navionics and kind of show you where we fished. We did cover a lot of the lake, as in we went and looked a lot of the lake. Found a spot where I think we were marking walleyes, but we couldn't get them bites, so we ended up catching crappies again. But so we'll show you that. So that'll be a real quick kind of a thing, just showing you the places that we fished, that kind of deal, the types of stuff that we fished, and hopefully that can help you out. Get out, catch some fish. All right, so welcome to the breakdown of Lake Arbutus. Now, it's a pretty cool lake, as it has a lot of contour, a lot of edges, a lot of character to it, deep water, shallow water, everything. And so as we went, a couple things to point out. So where we accessed, there's a little boat landing up here. We accessed right there. We also went and looked, there's a campground here that has a nice landing too. That's the other place that we looked at. And there were people walking on somewhere over here, but I'm not really sure about that. We did not access there because we took the four-wheeler and it came out. And so really I just want to show you really just show you one of the spots that we fished and how we break it down when we're doing that. But we ended up fishing, so we fished in this upper end up here. We fished out on this point. We fished all the way down. We fished a whole bunch down here. We went and we fished out on this little point, and we checked on this creek. And we really found fish just about everywhere that we went, but it was tough to get them to bite. We were kind of in a high-pressure system a couple days, and so fishing was a little bit tough. And I think if I was there again or different days, we could break some things down differently. So let's take a look at this area right here, and just how, if you're heading out there, how you can break a spot like that down. And there's a ton of areas just like that on this lake. So how we break these down to find fish when we don't have a lot of time. Okay, so this is looking at that upper area, and you can see there's lots of little marks here in the Navionics app from other people who've put things in there. And we tried to fish this whole giant bowl. But as you look at these maps, you know, this one little bump out right here, and that is really where we caught most of our fish. Though it didn't necessarily seem to matter. It seemed like fish were just scattered all throughout that hole. But I like to find areas like this that have this big bowl, but then you fish the edges and drill up onto the shallow and then out into the middle is where you put your holes, and then you can get a good idea of where the fish are at. And so a lot of the area on this edge that we target would be the 16-foot mark, because that's the depth the crappies were swimming around at. So usually that means thermocline or the bait's at that level or whatever it is. And so usually that depth is also a good depth to target for walleyes and other things. So that's what we did within there. Hopefully that helps you out. Let me know if you get out on Arbutus or fish that a lot, how you do out there. I'm hoping to make it back there at some point and try break that down a little bit more and maybe get on some more fish. But for right now, we had a good trip. Let's head in, have some actual dinner. Real food. Woohoo! No, oh my gosh, he pounded it. Oh, dang, nabbit. Oh my gosh, really? He pounded it too. What's up, everybody?